Alright guys, my name's George. I only have one video about my Rocket 3s. Me pretty much just bitching about the electrics, but got that all hammered out. She's been a running son bitch for quite a bit, 20,000 miles on her. It's doing good. There's my dumbass dog, Miss Maggie. You're so cute. But I noticed there was no videos on how to change the fork seals in Triumph Rocket 3, and if you go to the service manual, it advises buying like 6 specialty tools, which I found there's really no need for any of them. Because if you do it this one particular way, it's pretty easy. And, you know, you can buy 2 seals, fork seals and dust seals from all balls. It'd be about $40. And 2 quarts of fork oil, and you should be good. Because when I priced it out at the mechanics, they wanted $400 to do both of them. Which brings your grand total of about $60 if you do it yourself. Thing is, there's a trick to it, because all the specialty tools require you to take apart the piston build in the fork, which you don't really need to at all. So what I was going to let you know, and I've already done it, and it worked fine, but there's a few tricks to it. First of all, you take your wheel off, take your fender off, take your fork guards off, take the calipers up, put them up, tie them up where you need to, and you have 2 forks. Take out both your forks from the triple trees. It's all, oh shit. It's all these metric gallon head wrenches, shit. Torque bits, most of it's 6 and 10s, whatever the hell you call them. Can't think, my dog's just being ridiculous. But once you get these forks off, you can pretty much turn them upside down, and the piston assembly is actually from the bottom only held on by this one nut. It's not a nut, it's a bolt, but it goes in the bottom of the piston assembly. If you look at a parts diagram, it's the only thing that holds the slide and the piston assembly together in the whole fork. So once the trick to taking this out though, and the problem is if you just take a normal like T-handle and get in there and try to turn it, the piston assembly turns with it, and your bolt there isn't going anywhere. So you pretty much got to get an impact wrench. I just use the normal one from AutoZone. I'm sure everyone has it. You get an impact wrench. I had to actually make a custom tool because that thing's about 5 inches down deep inside there. And all I did was take a number 10 T-handle. I just cut the fucking thing off and stuck it in a 10mm socket like that and put it on my impact and just wrenched the bolt right out of the tube here. And once that comes out, your whole slide comes out of the thing. You're going to dump all your oil in your fork when you do that. It's not actually all the oil in the fork. You actually have to push the actual piston that's still bolted from the top of the fork in and out to get all the oil out of your fork. Once you push that in a few times, you can get all the oil out of the piston, all the oil out of the fork. You can take this whole, you know, the whole tube assembly is already out. Your fork seal, your dust seal is this guy right here. That thing just comes out with a screwdriver. Your fork actually has a clip in there. You just pull the clip out with a screwdriver, and then you need to get something like this. You just go under the seal and just pull it out ever so gently around the edges. You got to work around the entire seal and just pull the seal out evenly, and don't damage the insides of that tube. It's pretty critical because you'll lose oil if you end up scratching where the actual seal rides. But once you pull out that seal, the actual fork seal, and make sure you put it in the right way. Usually there's one way to do it, and the ones you replaced are going to be placed in there just like that. When you place the seal, you just want to not hammer it, but you slightly just tap the edge of the seal around into the seat of the tube. You gotta be really careful when you tap it in there. And once you get it far enough, you can just sort of put the clip on top of it and tap that clip in with the seal, and that will place the seal and the clip inside the tube here. Once you have that done, just take your seal here, slide that onto your tube there, and then push it, and you're gonna have this off the bike, but you're just pushing it back onto where the piston fits this bolt again. That guy. Can't see it, it's dark, but it's in there. Oh yeah. Anyhow, once you have the seal in and the tube on there, the dust seal pushes right up, and then just tighten this back up. This big number 10 bolt goes in here. Once that's tightened up, now see, they tell you in the service manual that the oil needs to be at like 89 millimeters from a full tube fully depressed. It's not necessarily a key thing. They say if it's completely out of oil, that 667 cc's of fork oil is what needs to be in it. So you get yourself something like this guy. Ooh, see, it goes up to 100 milliliters, 100 cc's, not cc's, yeah, whatever. And then just fill this up from the top. Once you have this bolted, the oil's not going anywhere, your seal's placed. You push this up a little bit, take this off, nothing comes out. The whole, really the assembly stays together, and your tube will slide up with this. Once you pull it out, you can just take this top off and just pour in your fork oil. Exactly what it says, 667 milliliters. Right in the tube. Each tube takes the same, they're identical. Once you do that, you can screw your cap down in here and just make sure you got good pressure when you push this up and down, and then reassemble your front wheel. The only real trick of the whole thing is just getting this bolt out, because it spins. That guy spins with the piston inside, and once you get that out with an impact, I mean, that's the whole damn, this whole damn tube slides right out of the fork, this part of the fork. So then you get to your seals. It took me like 30 minutes of fork. It was rather easy, and you know, the service manual makes you take apart everything. It's definitely not needed, and it was a hell of a lot simpler than I thought, because I didn't want to do it initially, just all these special tools you needed, but you don't need them. I put the fluid in there. I've already rode it, feels good, but now I'm going to check my bearings. So I just wanted to make a quick video. If you have questions about it, and really tapping that seal in, if you're, just be careful. That's all it boils down to. You can't hit the seal hard, you'll F it up. And you know, mechanics have specialty tools that place the seal in equally at the same time. That's what you're trying to beat, and you're just going to be tapping it in. You get a big fat ass screwdriver like that. Don't scratch your tube, don't break the seal, just be gentle with it. You can actually keep the clip on top of the seal and just gently tap it in until it seats itself. You gotta make sure the clip seats into its ridge as well. So once that's all done, you're ready to pour oil into it. Once you get your piston nut back in up here, take the top part, pour oil in it, and you should be good. I just wanted to explain that, because you know, I don't know if forums had it on there, but it was super easy. Alright, that's all. Have a great day, and hopefully get your forks fixed for less than $400 at the shop.